What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Today, we're breaking down episode number 5 of Survivor. And I really like this one. It was a hot mess, crazy gameplay going on that really kind of doesn't make any sense, but we're going to break it all down for you here. We start off the episode with the aftermath of the last week's tribal, Coco voting out Lindsay, which was kind of a blindside even to all of us, because for the entire episode we were like, oh, it's going to be Cassidy, and then it's going to be Gio, and then all of a sudden Lindsay started getting all paranoid. So we saw them kind of returning to camp and how everything was going. Cassidy, someone who really has been invisible the first few weeks of the season, is all of a sudden getting a lot of screen time and being involved in a lot of different things. Gio and Ryan, they kind of think they're in control of everything going on. And Gio like takes Cassidy aside and he's like, so like, did you vote for me? And she's like, no, it was Lindsay. Like, what? Do you think Lindsay voted for herself? I just don't understand what Gio really thought was going on with that, why he would even ask her that. I don't think they really get the game. I don't think they truly understand what's going on. They're kind of lost in the whole thing. Carla and Cassidy were just ended up laughing at them, thinking that they're in control of everything that's going on. But yeah, that pretty much was just their little recap and aftermath of last tribal. Then we head over to Baka. And Elie and Janine are out looking for idols. They're kind of searching around. They see this big tree out in the middle of a field, and Janine finds the beware advantage. It's completely covered in ants, like absolutely covered. She's just like shaking the thing off, like ah. But she finds it. It's just like the other ones that have been hidden. She has to get the beads from the other tribe members. She can't steal them. They have to be willingly given. And it was funny because she tells Elie about it, and she's like, yeah, you know, we just we can't tell Owen. And as soon as she says we can't tell Owen, who comes walking around the tree but Owen? Hey, what's that you guys got there? As they're like holding it in their hand. Just completely terrible timing. So then Owen was fully aware that she had an idol. Elie then goes on to tell Sammy that they found the idol and they have to give the beads. They pretty much get all the beads except for Gabler's, and Gabler was actually saving a lot of his beads to make bracelets for his daughter. So he actually says that, tries to give her some other beads, but she does eventually convince him to swap it out and get the bead that she actually needs. And then Sammy afterwards, he fills in Gabler. He's like, yeah, you know those beads we just gave her? We just gave her an idol. And he's like, no, like what? We gave her a fake idol? And no, real idol. And he's like, oh, God, I should have said no. So now Janine has an idol. Gabler has an idol. Janine and Elie think that Gabler doesn't know his idol is still valid, but he does know it's still valid. Everybody on the tribe knows that Elie has an idol, but Elie doesn't think that Gabler knows that she has an idol. Very complicated. Very complicated. Could be an interesting tribal council if they have to head there. After that, it's already time for the immunity challenge. We got into it quick, and that started to make me think. I was like, man, what's gonna happen here? Like, this is early in the episode for us to be heading into the immunity challenge already. There was also a reward up for grabs. The winning team would get a large tarp. The second place team would get a smaller tarp, and then the third place team, well, you got to visit the tribal. And it was kind of one of those, you know, classic obstacle courses. They had to climb through, like, you know, the big, like, web of sticks over and under some barricades. They had the tarp that kind of tilts. And then at the end, it was kind of like what do you call that carnival arcade game, skee ball, where you had to kind of like throw the ball up a ramp, but instead of trying to get it in holds, there was a platform at the top and you had to settle it on there. So too hard, it falls off. Too soft, it's just not going to get up there. That's what she said. And it was all going pretty well. Coco was doing well from the beginning. Baka was actually kind of struggling, and then Vessi was in there in second. Vessi ends up pulling off the win, big time. And then Ryan, who they had the lead, he had 2 balls up there. Seemingly at the time, it was like, well, he just chokes, and he knocked down the 2 balls he already had on there. And Baka comes from behind Sammy, landing all 3 of his balls on there. And we found out after the competition, a little confessional. Ryan's like, all right, let me come clean. I threw so that we could vote Cassidy off and get her out, and this is going to be great on my Survivor resume. It's like, dude, what are you doing? You don't throw a challenge like this. You can't have that much confidence in yourself, especially when you're actually at the bottom and you don't even realize it. Just a completely baffling move for him to pull there. But we do also have another journey that some survivors are going to be sent on. Vessi has to choose 3 people to head on this journey to potentially get an advantage. They pick Gino, Jeannie, and Jesse to head on to it. Before we do get to that, though, we do head back to the Coco camp where Ryan tells Cassidy, he's like, hey, it's going to be me tonight. And you know what? I don't want you on the wrong side of the vote. So I just wanted to let you know, like, they're going to be putting my name down. And it's okay. Meanwhile, he's thinking he's setting up Cassidy for a blindside. Cassidy's just like, okay. Yeah, you're just playing yourself, buddy. You're literally just playing yourself, thinking that you're trying to pull one over on me, but really, we're going to end up voting you out. So there was some, like, back and forth on whether or not they should vote Gio or Ryan. So there was still talk about that. But before we actually get into what Coco ends up doing before they head to Tribal, we got to talk about the journey. Who ended up getting advantage? Did people risk their vote? It wasn't the one we saw in the past 2 episodes where they had to climb a mountain. This one was a little bit different, where they actually dropped them off like in the middle of the ocean, just on this floating platform. And they're like, yeah, you got to take this boat and swim to the little sand dune out there, and then you can do it. So it was kind of cool. The visuals were cool. They were doing kind of that slow motion waves crashing on the boats and stuff like that. Meanwhile, Gio, the whole time, he's saying like, yeah, like, I'm on the outs. I kind of need this. Like, I have to risk it. And the funny thing is, he thinks he's lying, but he's really not. He actually is on the bottom, but doesn't know it. So it gets to the point of like, all right, who's going to risk it? Obviously, Gio, he chooses the risk. What do Jesse and Janine do? They also risk their vote. All 3 of them risk their vote. So one of them gets an advantage, the other 2 lose their votes. And this is going to be crazy for all of the tribes on who ends up going to tribal council next week or the next time, because 2 of the players losing their votes when there's all these idols and advantages moving around on all the different tribes. Like, this is going to be huge in changing the dynamics. But Jesse gets back to the Vessi tribe, and he lost his vote. He comes clean about it. He's just like, yeah, I risked it. Let's open it, and he lost his vote. So next time they go to tribal, so Cody, he has an idol, and then you also have Noelle with the steal a vote. So if Noelle steals Cody or Dwight's vote, she then has 2 of the 3 votes. Noelle kind of controls who would go unless Cody plays his idol the right way. I don't want Vessi to go to tribal because I kind of like all 4 of those players, but also I kind of want to see what would happen if they all use their advantages. It would be a crazy tribal to see Vessi go at this point. Then we had Janine. What happened with her? Well, she doesn't come clean right away to the rest of her tribe. She's like, I want to know what's going on first. So she kind of sneaks away, opens it up. She finds out that she lost her vote. Then she kind of wraps it all back up, goes over to him. She's like, hey guys, I risked my vote. Like, let's see what happened. She opens it up and it's like, oh, I lost it. Oh no. So now this is kind of an interesting dynamic too, because she doesn't have her vote, but she has an idol. Gabler has the idol, which they think he doesn't know is still good because it's still good for one more tribal that he goes to. So that's another really interesting dynamic where Sammy and Owen, they have Elie and Janine thinking they're with them, but they're also planning on going against them at some point. And Sammy really said it kind of perfectly when he said, like, it's kind of a crazy play and crazy that she's doing this because she's showing everyone that she's playing harder than everybody else. She already has an idol, and then she risked her vote to get another advantage. Like, she's playing hard, and he's like, this just kind of proves to me, like, yeah, I have to make a move against them because she's got a huge target on her now. You can't let someone like Janine go much further, because if she's willing to play this hard this early, what's she gonna do come the merge? So that's really gonna be interesting. This all means that Geo has won the advantage, but he doesn't tell his tribe. He's like, yeah, I decided it wasn't worth it. I'm not gonna risk it. But then he takes Carla to the side and he's like, listen, Carla, hey, I did risk it. I did get an advantage. And the advantage he got, it's not an idol. It's not a steal a vote. It's not anything like that. It's the knowledge is power advantage. If anybody's not familiar with what that means, pretty much if he knows someone has an advantage, he can ask them at the tribal council, like, hey, do you have an idol or do you have an advantage? The player cannot lie. And if they do have one, they have to give it to him. And it's now his advantage or his idol. The only thing is with that, you need to know who has an advantage if they gave it to somebody else that night because they know you have this. And there's really only one advantage in Coco at the moment other than what Geo just got, and that's Carla's idol. So by him telling Carla, she immediately goes, well, that's a huge thing, and that could be used as a move against me if he knows I have an idol. He needs to go. So they were originally planning on getting rid of Ryan, but then they kind of get together, Carla and James, who are really kind of running the tribe. Carla in particular is running the tribe. James, kind of her right-hand man. They both are talking to Cassidy and are like, listen, I know we were saying Ryan, but I think it's got to be Geo. Like, we've got to do this. And Cassidy, yeah, she's like, I don't know. I think it should really still be Ryan. Like, why are we switching it up? And she leaves. And almost the exact same conversation that they had where they decided, hey, I think we got to get rid of Lindsay. She's too paranoid, too crazy and flaky. Like, I don't think we can trust her going forward if she's getting this worried this early. So they were like, do we do it to Cassidy again? Like, what do we do here? So that kind of takes us into tribal, not 100% knowing, will it be Geo, will it be Ryan, or could it be Cassidy, who would make a lot of sense. Like I said, she's been kind of invisible for most of the episodes so far until last week. She really started to make a lot more appearances in the actual edit. So it would have made sense where they went like, yeah, listen, let's just get rid of Cassidy now. Like, she's too much. But it takes us into the tribal, and it was really kind of interesting because Ryan's talking about falling on his sword, and he's like, yeah, like, if I go, like, it's okay, I'll just look back and smile. All meanwhile thinking and knowing that, oh, we're voting Cassidy, and Cassidy's going. It was it was really something else. And he's like, yeah, like, yeah. Jeff asked him, like, what do you want him to put, like, a smiley face when they write your name down? Just be like, I've never heard anybody ask, like, to write my name down. Like, this is interesting. What do you want them to write? He's like, I just want them to write down, like, what they like best about me. What be positive. And then we get into the vote. I really liked Cassidy's little line as she was casting her vote. She said that you were trying to play me, but really I was the one who put the blanks in your gun. Oh, so good. So good. And it does end up being Geo who was voted out by a 3-2 vote. Gio was shocked. Ryan was shocked. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this all ends up playing out next week. If Coco has to go again, what do they end up doing? Do they finally just get rid of Ryan? Do they turn on Cassidy? It's going to be really interesting now going forward. And the numbers are getting smaller. The numbers are getting smaller. We're getting closer and closer to that merge or tribe swap. Who knows what we're going to be in store for here. It did seem like in the preview, like some weird stuff's going to be happening on next episode. So I'm excited to see what that's all about. But what did you guys think? Let me know in those comments down below. Did you like the episode? Were you happy to see Gio go? What do you guys think of Carla? Personally, I love her. I think she is crushing right now. She's kind of in full control. It's going to be interesting to see if she does get to merge, how she's able to kind of build her position and what she's able to do there. Because it does seem like as of right now, Baka and Vessi, they were more interested in weakening Coco, especially last week, kind of working together. How will things kind of turn out when they get there? She might be at a bit of a disadvantage, but if she's able to pull up and get towards the top of the totem pole there, she has a really good shot of winning this game. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell so you never miss a video, you never miss a stream. We'll have recaps for the amazing race up tomorrow, and then also tomorrow we have The Mole. The final episodes are coming out to be released on Netflix, and I'll have a recap of those on Saturday morning as well. So keep an eye out for that if you've been watching those shows. If you haven't been watching The Mole, I highly recommend watching it. It's a fantastic show, and I've been absolutely loving it. So make sure you check those out as well. Thank you guys once again for watching, and I will see you next time.